Friday morning, Service Alliance community. How we doing out there? We're excited.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. That is the coolest music in the start. That I like that a lot.
Yeah. Zach, our boy Zach figured that one out. He found that one and dropped it. That was all the way from the beginning. He had the intro was like a gas stove burner, and the flames were dancing. Like, yes, that one's it.
I like it a lot.
We don't look so professional with it, but hey, if you haven't noticed, we got TK around the corner over there, and the man, the myth, the legends. We don't even have to introduce him, but we have Derrick with 2 R's.
2 R's, not 1.
2.
TikTok legend. This is not fluff. The man has over 1 million subscribers on TikTok.
I didn't even notice.
And he doesn't even dance.
And half of them may or may not be haters in this group. We'll see. But we love you, Derrick. We are glad you joined us, man. Just love you as a person and what you're doing for the community out there. Check out the TikTok channel, Derrick with 2 R's _official. You will not be disappointed unless you are struggling to get calls. It may be because of him.
It could be, yeah. He could be putting you out of business currently, but if you're running a good production, you ain't gonna be bothered by it.
Don't have to worry about it.
All right, let's check in.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that this morning because I think it needs to be talked about, man. I think it needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed. I think I got like 2,000 YouTube subscribers or something on my old channel that I used to do. So nothing near what you have. But I've had the same thing where people were like, why do you make these videos? Why are you giving away all this free information? And so we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I like it.
TK is why I got to business. Like when I started thinking about going from flipping to actually making a business, I found TK, the appliance guy picker here. And you know what's funny, TK, is one, I didn't know you then. But if you look back at all the thumbnails, you could see the progression of your beard and hairstyles.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't recognize him.
Knowing you now, it's really hard to imagine you with a slicked, shaved, bald head. But, bro, you pulled that off like a boss.
Yeah.
I think it works.
It's funny, man, because like I shaved my head when I was in full-time ministry for 10, 11 years. I always shaved my head bald because I couldn't afford to go get a haircut. So I would just at home, razor it up with the old clippers and then hit it with the Bic. And, that was pretty much my go-to. But and then when I started growing hair, it was funny because like people that knew me just from that time period were like, I always thought you were bald-headed. Like I always thought you didn't have any hair. You have a great head of hair and you don't even let it grow.
I know, right? Most of the people that shave their head, they get that receding hairline or something. They're just compensating. I'll do it.
I'll do it here. That one right there. See, I got the McDonald's arch.
I got that.
Yep.
Hey, TK, that if that time ever comes for you, you got this.
Oh yeah. I'll pick her up quick, bud.
Somebody's
we having audio issues. This guy says his audio gone. Can everybody hear us okay? Mic check.
Not mic check the YouTuber, but microphone check.
Morning, Rob.
Shout out.
Microphone.
Hey, if you see your comment show up as Facebook user, you got to go to the top of the page and click on the link to let StreamYard give us permission to put your name up. Otherwise, we got. Are you doing it too or something?
I'm not touching anything, bud.
There, it was glitching on me. Audio's good. if you don't like Facebook, go to YouTube, click the subscribe button and the like button for Derrick on their Service Alliance group. I don't know. Do you got a YouTube?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you post your full length videos, right? On your repairs.
No, I usually I haven't done a lot of YouTube because you have to change the orientation of the screen. So I'm really starting to. I'm about to start doing it because I can't. TikTok, I don't know. There's somebody got a fake account under my name, so now I think they're slowing my stuff down.
Oh,
yeah. You can do 10-minute videos there, but
yeah.
This guy says, I uploaded one video 2 years ago, and the only comment I got was how pointless the video was. I gave up on trying to share anything, but having y'all to lean on is amazing. Awesome.
nice.
Tell you what, even Derrick with 2 R's, the official Derrick, right here, started with one video and probably one hater.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
kept going.
I was his original hater because he called a relay a capacitor.
But here's the thing. Right? Now here's the thing, because I want to go over this too. I was. Let me tell you how this started. So I did the first fridge video, and like I do everything out of a good heart. I promise you that. So I made the video originally because I had done a little service call, and I'm not. So I'm not and this was a few years back, and I'm not perfect on the verbiage. I've never taken any classes. Everything I've done is just I've learned on my own. I've taken machines apart, tear them apart because I find them on the road. I had
It's a great way to learn.
It really is, and it's it's the best way to learn. It's like it's like the guys from State Farm coming out to tell the roofers that the wind damage. That video, that you can't get it. You can't experience it all if you only have one avenue. And I couldn't afford to go to class, take any schooling, or I would have done it. I would have done a lot of things, but I couldn't afford it. I work 18, 20 hours a day because I can't afford not to, eventually one day, hopefully it'll all pay off. But this is the thing about these videos, right? And it's not about that you were being a hater at all. I mean, it was the correct thing. And everybody sees, we all have something that we do particularly well. And when we see somebody, kind of butchering, and I butchered the verbiage, I'll admit it. But there was a difference between the people that were haters and the people that were making correction. And then so I went back and looked, and I'm like, holy crap, I was wrong. I butchered that. And then I butchered the thermo video on the dryer. I've done some real idiot moves. That was because I did the video too quick, and I was editing for 2 reasons. And obviously to take the 2 screws out of the lint trap, you don't need to do that to get to the thermo. But I made a separate video for a longer video. But the whole thing is, there was a lot of people, and then I don't know if you remember the Samsung balance ring that got my first account banned for a particular person. But so, it is what, and I know a few hacks. I don't show them anymore. I don't show hacks anymore. But just something, there's some little things that for a DIYer, technicians, you don't go out in the field and do these things. A few of them, I don't show any of that stuff anymore. But I don't want to.
Let me say this too, on top of what you're saying. I share stuff all the time in the Facebook group, and I've found through me sharing. What's going on, Miss Ward?
What's up?
I've found that through me sharing things on Facebook in the community, some people might learn from what I share, but a lot of times I learn a better way to do things because I'll post a video and the community will look at it and they're like, oh, no, man, there's a way easier way to do that. And it's constructive criticism. Yes. I love constructive criticism. Many, many years ago, I posted a video of me taking a shop vac and a bucket underneath a washer to drain it, and I was sucking the water out of the bucket as the water was draining. And a bunch of people got on there and were like, man, you're doing it the hard way. Like, just suck it from the back, like through the pipe. Like it's so much easier. And then someone posted about the transfer pump that you can just drop down. I learned. And that's, nobody knows everything. I was taking the doors off of bottom mount refrigerators to put the gasket on for 6 years until Zach Kreider came on and made a video of how to do it. And everybody was like, I thought this was common sense. Well, not for old TK, because TK's a dumbass and he's been taking doors off for 6 years.
Shout out to Zach Kreider.
Shout out to Zach for the tip.
Yeah, hey,
yeah. I think I ran a call and Zach and I was like, yeah, I had to take the door off, get that gasket on. He's like, what? You had to take the door off to get the gasket on.
Hey,
so
we had that chain phone call. We had that chain phone call that day, TK. Remember, he's like, hey, EJ, how you do it? I'm like, I take the freaking door off and do it right on the countertop. He's like, what? I'm like, freaking no. Just thought I had to.
So anybody watching, if you're taking doors off to do gaskets on bottom freezers, stop
it.
I'll stop today.
Well, let's we got warmed up. We got everybody warmed up. TK, you want to do the prayer for the day, get everybody started out positive here, and then we get back into the chat?
Yes, sir. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to get together. We thank you for the community that you have blessed us with to grow and learn and sharpen one another. Thank you for Derrick, and we pray you bless him, bless his family, Lord, bless his wife and his kids. We just ask that you continue to guide us in what we do in our businesses and our everyday lives. Thank you for the opportunity to just come on and talk and chat. And we just ask that you continue to bless each business owner, every technician out there, every CSR, every parts guy, whatever role people play, Lord, just help us all to remember to focus on you and not get caught up in the rat race too much. So we love you and we thank you. And it's in the mighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Now, we don't do this normally on Fridays, but I want to just drop a quick verse, okay? And we've talked about this one before, but let's just get this get the mood set. Proverbs 27:17. I'm going to paraphrase. As iron sharpens iron, let one man sharpen another. Okay, and it don't get caught up in the genders. One person. Okay, so we don't need that. Iron sharpens iron, but one man sharpens another. Right here, you got the Service Alliance Group, Clients Alliance team, sharpening Derrick. And I guarantee you, he's sharpening us. So as we're talking about the haters, right? What Derrick's doing on his TikTok is helping those DIYers that aren't going to hire somebody to fix it anyways. Okay, those people, like Paul said up here, people that don't fix their own stuff never will. People that are DIYers are always going to tinker, whether they show them or not.
Absolutely.
And some of these folks, they don't have the funds to pay real professionals like us. So they need help. Would you rather go to a call of somebody that was a DIYer and with a complete hack job? Or would you rather them be watching somebody like Derrick that's doing it right? Whether he says the wrong word every now and again, he's got the right stuff. He's
the right part got replaced.
What I'll tell you what, I walked in on a dryer yesterday. That the guy, it was a Cabrio. I don't know the name of it, but it looked like the Bravos. It had that little swoop back on the whole digital touch face. It wouldn't come on at all, and he had the door taken off. I've never taken the door off of one of these. I didn't realize how many parts are on that little thing. I'm like, what are you doing? I said, have you checked the power? Because it hasn't worked since he moved in.
Oh.
It worked at his old house. I'm like, shoot. I'm thinking, Derrick just posted a video on how to do this 3-wire to 4-wire conversion. And you nailed it, brother. You nailed it. Now, they had that right. This one had a previous roach infestation.
Oh, I'm doing a video on that today.
That's it. I might have to send you the picture. I don't have one.
Yeah.
I didn't take a picture. But I was like, this thing's got power to the board. And 1,000 roaches previously resided on that board. I'm out. But the fact is, the dude took the door off. Like, why? I walked in on one years ago when I started the first time. It was a direct drive washer, and they had it on its face. And the entire back panel took off. I was like,
man.
What?
Then they want a discount because they already got it taken apart for you.
Yeah, we helped you out. I'm like, bro, 2 screws, 2 clips, wham.
Yeah.
We under the skirt.
And you know, I just like, for example, so yesterday, so you know, I flip appliances, and I say I'm gonna have a little storefront here in Franklin, so I deliver a GE set. Now, I used to hate GEs. I have a friend who's down in Tennessee, and one of the biggest. I don't want to get too much into what he doesn't want to. I don't know, share his information, but one of the biggest storefronts down there. He's got a few stores, and this guy is a genius. He's never been to it. He's never taken a single class. Right? He does sealed systems. He does. I mean, this guy. I call him. I have an LG Wave Force, and I say, hey, it's doing this and this, and what's this? And he says, check this, this, and this, and then tap it with a hammer 3 times. Then I do it, and it starts agitating. So I mean, this guy, when I tell you a genius from a thin Q tower to a 1980s thin twin. I mean, this guy knows every appliance you could ever. It's crazy why he doesn't have, why he's not. I keep trying to convince him, like, man, you need to make a channel. You're so valuable. And the tricks. I want to get your number, Everett, because I want to show you some little tricks. And it's it's stuff that you can. There's plenty of things that I don't share outside of the appliance community, because there's things, we have cord tricks that we like to keep up our sleeve. And that's just, and it's not about trying to cheat somebody. There's things that we do that you don't have to do I'll go into that later. I don't think I should be putting that out here. I might get in trouble. But,
okay. I got you.
So hey. There's things that I don't share because I know, we don't,
Yeah.
You don't want to give away everything, but you want to give them enough to get their dryer working.
That's it.
So, are we giving away autographs? Are we doing virtual autographs? Phil wants to know.
I would love to. I give out hugs, autographs, all that. Yeah. I've never been asked for any of that, but I will give it.
So, do you know Phil? Phil has he owns Atomic Tech in Dayton.
Oh wow! No,
you know Atomic Tech, don't you?
I don't. I'm not familiar.
So, I will be. Well, they do mostly warranty, so you may not. But right. They was at the parade. So, shout out to Phil. You and Phil may be able to hook up and actually get a hug and autograph.
Absolutely, I would love
Phil's
to.
one of the smartest dudes you'll ever talk to, man. He is freaking awesome.
He don't have 1.1 million. Don't let me cut 100,000 off. Yeah. But you don't have that many. He's got like the 5 of us as fans. Andrew, I'd rather follow a DIYer than a bad tech. Hey, amen. Nobody wants to follow a bad tech.
Yeah.
Well, I think the key to all this is the DIYers need quality content to go off of. The nightmare is when you walk in there and that DIYer didn't watch any videos and the direct drive is laying on its face with all the screws out of the back. So when you put out quality content like Derrick does, it's going to show them, hey, this is how you take it apart. This is how you get this Samsung apart. And there's still going to be people that look at it. I go out phone calls all the time. They're like, I watched a YouTube video, and as soon as I watched it, I realized I needed to call a professional.
Yeah.
And that's job security, because a lot of people are going to. I had a sharp drawer microwave. It was probably one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me on a call. He goes, you know how I found your company? And I said, no, how'd you find us? He goes, I went on YouTube and Googled or searched my problem on YouTube. And he said, someone from your company had made a video on the exact same issue. And then at the end, he said, if you're in Richmond, Virginia, give us a call. And so I called you guys. I said, yeah, that was my YouTube video. And it was the first time.
He didn't recognize you with your hair. That became froze. Perfect time. I'll tell you what, man. Me and Doug say this. Look at this. He don't freeze in a bad face. He never freezes with a bad face.
Am I frozen?
Freeze like, and he's like,
Right.
Am I frozen?
No, not anymore. But you froze like this. I'm like, bro, I always.
Right.
I don't know how my face makes that look, but TK's the man. Andrew's in your neck of the woods too. He's a little south between Dayton and Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I call it Dayton because that's what people know.
Yeah, and Phil's not actually in Dayton. Phil is in Augusta, I think, or correct me, man. But he's got a branch location, Huber.
Okay, yeah, about 30 minutes up the road.
Huber Heights.
Yeah.
So he's got franchises all across the country.
Is that Sydney's location?
He's in 47 states. I think actually he's not. He's in all of the states except for 47 of them, but still 3 states is pretty cool.
Is that where Ryan and Sydney are?
Yeah. Ryan and Sydney Vickers.
Yeah.
There he is. Augusta, Georgia.
I see.
And he's also got Myrtle Beach.
Oh, wow.
TikTok.com, Derrick with 2 R's official. Give us a like. Give him a follow.
Only if you want to.
Yeah. So if you have any questions for the man, if you're mad that he's taking your calls away, or if you got questions about TikTok, drop them here.
Hey, and I want to explain something really quick too. If anybody repair train Centerville to 27, hey, we can Centerville to 275. I love old Centerville. I'm right. I could throw a football to Centerville. We and another thing too. I've well, let me get. I see I have ADD really bad, so I'll get on canyons and I'll jump around. So you got to keep me straight. So here's the thing, right? I tell my story. It's a real story. It ain't. I didn't make it up. You can't. It's really hard to make these kind of stories up. I was literally 15 years ago. I was a homeless heroin addict. I lived in the woods when I couldn't find a couch to sleep on. I didn't make that up. I had a trash bag. If I didn't have it in a trash bag, I didn't own it. Went to prison for 5 years. We got over all that, and I work now, and people laughed at me. Everybody I know laughed at me for making these TikTok videos. They said, "Oh man, you can't make any money on that. It's stupid. You're on there, a bunch of teenage girls showing people how to do appliances. Nobody's gonna watch that." Yeah. I was like, "Well, so be it. I like to do it though, either way." And I still got people laugh at me, and when they see the account, they don't laugh that much, but and it's not, and I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think it's, it's what I do. I've managed to make something out of nothing. That's about it. I don't know. I don't understand why all the hate. I mean, I'll see a video and it's, the biggest thing I see is people live in a pretend fantasy world where they get to say whatever they want. Well, people wouldn't generally say these things if they were talking to me, which is fine. I don't care. Let everybody have a chance to say what they got to say. Maybe that makes them feel better. I'll listen. I'll take the lashes. I've done it before. It ain't nothing to me. If it makes somebody feel better, to get on me a little bit, they're staying off somebody else. I'm okay with that.
Amen. Hey, I thought the same thing about TikTok when I started to get on. My kids are like, "You check out TikTok. Have you seen that TikTok video?" I'm like, "No, like, I'm not a kid. Like,
Right.
okay, I'm a grown man. I got a job, and I don't watch TikTok. Okay,
Right.
TikTok.
TikTok.
That's what I call it. But I finally watched it one time. I was like, "Oh, this is some freaking funny stuff."
Yeah.
Like, it's all funny, and then not all of it's funny, but
Right.
what they get you in with is all the funny stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was up late night in the bed, and I was sitting there just flipping through, like laughing my butt off. My wife's trying to sleep, and then I see this dude that looks like me, tatted up in the garage and changing the transmission on a direct drive, and I was like, bro, I like that guy. I was hooked, and you was doing a live, right? And you was like the first appliance repair TikTok I found. I was like, whoa, this is cool. People on appliance repair do this, and I had never done a direct drive transmission. The one I posted the other day, channeling the inner Derrick, that was the first one.
Nice.
That was the first one, and I was like, well, shoot. If I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna sell cleaning too, because I bet you're flipping, right, when you do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a quality flip. Like, I wonder how and you made that look super easy, man. Like if I was a DIYer, I would have quit. It's not easy cleaning those freaking tubs, but I was sweating, man. We did it outside. We even went under a shade tree, but TikTok's for real. You can do it. So get back to some comments. Phil said, no shortage of work in Ohio. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. He might hire you.
Hey.
Andrew asks, are helpful videos actually helpful? I've never found a good video personally. I find most are for vanity. I don't think he's talking about you. I don't know if he's on TikTok, but in general.
I've had tons of helpful videos that have helped me over the years. More so when I run into a unit when I first started that I hadn't worked on before. Because once you my mentor and business partner told me this when I first started, and I think it's 100% true. Once you learn how to take a machine apart, that's 90% of the job. That's it. This stuff's not rocket science. But when you come across that unit, whether you're a new tech that you run across an old unit that you've never seen before, or if you just go out with something brand new on the market. When those new GE uploaders came out with the screws behind the time or the control knob, first time I went out on one, I was like, what the? Like, I was looking in the back for screws, and I'm like, how do I get this thing apart? So I've absolutely had helpful videos. I mean, I know all of the Repair Clinic and Sears video guys. I know their names. I feel like they're my friends that I've never met.
Hey, speaking of those, I don't want to get too far into this, but don't Matt look like Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I
had to check. I had to do a double take.
He comes on. Hi, I'm Matt from RepairClinic.com. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're
not. I know you are, Ron.
Yeah, we know your adult film career took a dip.
He's played that. He's played that role before.
Yeah, he knows them dryers.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually did stay and fix the dishwasher. All right, switch subjects, change subjects. We're drifting. We're taking a hard right. We're taking a hard right.
On that note, this is a clean Christian channel. We have passed.
Yeah.
All right. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Okay.
Yeah.
All three of us are an example of that. I mean, I'll tell you, you sharing your testimony. You did a video on that, and it really connected. And like my story is not like yours, but I have a recovery, man. I'm a recovered alcoholic of shoot. Next month will be 12. This month is 12 years.
Wow.
Shoot. 10 days. 10 days, and it'll be 12 years. I never did the drugs because thankfully I was terrified as a child. Like I just somehow I was terrified. Like if I did any drug, I'd die. Like bam, that's how scared I was.
Yeah.
But if I had ever tried it, there's no way I'd be out. Nothing but the grace of God. And I had a hard life trying to cope as an alcoholic, even after quitting. I needed a 12-step program to get my mind right. And it, thank God, he saved me. And when I got saved, my life changed, but my mind was still screwed up. My addictions were in me. That all that self-hate and it's funny, it's like self-hate and overconfidence in some areas. Like I'm better than everybody else, but I'm not.
Right.
Please don't look at me.
And
I didn't know how to manage.
And the biggest part, I still look, you've got a good freeze again. And the biggest part is dealing with I don't do emotions. I'm not I'm usually mad if anything. Nah. But it's there's to deal with all the feelings and emotions and all that stuff. And I have to, for it was numb. I don't, if you've never done it, you don't know, but you do what I was doing, and it's good. It's good. Living in the woods ain't even that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I would have tried one of those that took everything away faster than drinking all night, yeah, sign me up. But thank God I didn't. But I got love for you. I got love and even more respect for you turning your life around. Tell you to come out of prison and rehabbing your life to doing something honorable and successful. I believe that you've done the honorable work that God's called you to do, and He adds the increase. And I pray that He continues to bless you.
Thank you.
But
that's
we're looking
6, and it's been 6 years to the day. I missed it, but on the 19th, that was 6 years to the day I've been out of prison.
Oh shit!
Nice, man.
Yeah.
No going back. No going back.
No.
It ain't fun.
I don't even do all the. If they're gonna kill me and take me back, I'm just not gonna do nothing where they're gonna want to take me back. I'm square. I'm a square. I'm as boring as it gets. I work and I go home. That's it. I work in my garage when I'm not at work. So
I do have a mugshot. And mine was boring. Mine was much more boring. I didn't pay for a $25 seatbelt ticket. I can share it with you offline, but I had happened to like I've never been one to do drastic appearance things, but when I did, it was right after the Cincinnati Reds made the playoffs, and I did a Johnny Gomes mohawk. I shaved a Johnny Gomes mohawk in my head, and then like 3 days later, I got arrested.
Oh, that's classic.
Like, this is great. This is great. But it can happen to anybody, and it's what you make of it. And I like that you found that in flipping appliances. Billy, a legendary beard and an even better appliance tech. We all have demons in our lives, and to admit it is the only way out. Praise God. Amen, brother. Amen. So, Derrick, I'll ask a question since nobody else has yet. I see you doing flips, and I've seen you have a store.
Yeah.
Do you also do repair service?
I do, not so much anymore because I just don't have the time. I got one employee, so it's not. We can't make it out. And I don't like to. I used to spread myself too thin. I see what happens when I do. So, but I do offer repairs if it's within 10 miles. I can get to it.
So are you repairing what you sell, or are you just helping people that call you?
I repair anything I sell. I give a warranty. So and I like to tell people this is my sales pitch, right? And it's not even that it's a sales pitch. I give a 30-day warranty, but I just want your stuff to work. If you got a problem, in 6 months, let me know. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen.
Work something out.
Yeah, we'll work something out every time. But
so I was curious because when I started doing flipping.
yeah.
Right. I don't know if you've heard my story. Some of y'all out there have. I had a really good job in maintenance, industrial maintenance, but I hated it. And I had started the Dave Ramsey debt snowball, trying to get out of debt, and I was trying to work overtime, and I got this side hustle idea. Like, hey, what happened was what had happened. My washer was dancing across the floor. And it was in an unfinished basement, so we didn't care, right? We just kind of stacked stuff up around it. Who cares, right? I had worked on appliances for 4 months with Sears in Northern Kentucky back in 2005. And I hated it. I swore I'd never work on another appliance. And it was the way they did it. So all of the washer issue was okay, right? It still washed the clothes. The dryer quit. And after 2 weeks of my wife nagging me, I finally got in there and I was like, all right, let me see. I jumped the thermal fuse. Okay, don't do that. I'm not making videos for that. I did it, and I was like, I'll get a thermal fuse. Don't worry about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2 months later, it blew again. Or it blew something else, right? Because it didn't blow the thermal fuse. I didn't actually replace it. And about 2 weeks after that, I finally, all right, I'll fix it. I'm like any other man. I don't want to freaking do it.
Yeah.
I went ahead and I got the right parts and I fixed it. Well, not before I went and bought her a used set for $250, and then she wanted to give away the washer and dryer. I was like, wait a minute, let me see about this. I fixed the dryer, sold the washer as is, made $200 as a set. So, wow, that was fun. I wonder if I could do that again.
Right.
And I got hooked. Right. See, that was my drug again. I was like, shoot, I can do this. This is fun. Well, the laundry room was only like 10 by 10, if that. And she got tired of having 3 washers and 3 dryers and only being able to use one and didn't know which one she was able to use, which one was hooked up. I'm like, shoot, I either need to add more water lines and electric in my rental house, or I need to step this up. So I started a store, and it worked. And my goal was, and TK, you had George on the other day, and he's like, this running a store thing, people think it's easy, and it's hard. And he's even doing new appliances mostly, and he's like, that's hard. And man, I'll tell you, it was hard. I thought, man, I'm just gonna have this piddly job, hang out in the shop. I'll fix something every now and again. I'm going to make that good money. I ain't got to do nothing. It was work. But then people started calling.
Yeah.
Hey, can you come to the house? I'm like, I guess. Sure. $50. $50. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to price anything. So I was at $50. And I found out that wasn't nothing. But I found the need to go into service, and I lost him. He's gone. He didn't like my story.
I'm here.
But I saw the need, and it was like COVID hit, and that's when I was starting. I was like, okay, sales is crap.
Right.
People can't afford to buy new; they want to fix. So I went into service, And I was just wondering, that was my story and my experience. How's yours been?
Uh, I'll tell you what, so I've I've learned a lot from others' mistakes. I learned a long time ago everything was my mistake, and I learned the hard way when I know, my mom told me growing up, oh, she I had a really good mother. She had never been in trouble, still has never been in trouble with the law. She told me the way, right? My dad is I don't know if he's ever not been in trouble with the law. So, and I never knew him until I turned, 18. I went and tracked him down, which was a bad idea. But so anyway, I spent all this time not listening to my mom, and she gave me the direction. My mom's one of the hardest working women you'll ever meet. They do them TikTok videos, man, he don't miss. My mom can, my mom can, she doesn't have a problem. She enjoys drinking, but it doesn't affect her daily life. If she wants to fall down drunk, she will be up at 4 o'clock in the morning at the store, running circles around these 18-year-olds. And that's just how she lives. And she, I don't want to paint her to be some alcoholic. She drinks, she has fun and doesn't. So it's whatever she wants to do or doesn't. But anyway, so she has always been a hard worker, and I was the opposite. I was a lazy bum. If I couldn't go make some fast money selling dope or doing something, I didn't do it. I couldn't hold a job for longer than a month before I went to prison. And but anyway, so and in that being said, I learned from my mistakes the hard way every time. So in prison, I learned a lot of things the easy way, because I saw it was a lot easier to not get hit with a lock if you don't do this or you don't do that. In prison, you learn lessons a lot harder than you do out here on the streets. It doesn't seem to translate if you don't know the language. But in there, I made a post the other day, right? I said I'm gonna get on tangents, but I'll get there eventually. So I made a post and I said, not all money is good money. All right. And I saw all these silly comments about it spins the same. Okay. Let me tell you, I wanted to make this video. I made it. And then I was like, I look silly. I don't like putting my face all over everything. That's my thing. I don't, everybody knows my appliances. They don't really know me on TikTok. Everybody in my town, they don't know me until they see my symbol and they're like, oh, I know who you are. This is the example of what I was talking about. I saw something that reminded me of it. So this fella, he was a leader of one of the gangs in there. I was not yet in a gang. I was just kind of got there, and I was getting on my feet, to start making money and stuff. My family didn't have money to send me. We, always been poor. So not even that. I just, my mom's big on you don't ask for it if you ain't earned it. And so I would fix headphones. I fixed everything. That's why I was a fixer. People had TVs. If they needed speakers put in their TVs because they came from a prison where you couldn't have speakers, they would come to me and I would put speakers in their TVs. I fixed headphones. I fixed radios, super tuners, all that stuff. So I was the fix-it. I was the guy. I had tools that people couldn't even imagine you could have in prison. And this one guy, so he was a leader of a certain set of a certain gang, and he was known for being who he was. And but I guaranteed my work just like I do out here. So it all, so he brought me a pair of Koss headphones. I remember they're the ones that had the big clear, big clear speakers. They were old school, can't get them no more, and they were the best of the best. Sounded like they were like Bose. And so I fixed them. Right, it was a simple headphone jack. I soldered them up, fixed them, and did a great job. I did an even better job than I would normally because I knew who the guy was, and I was like, well, I know his name. You always make sure to take care of the people that can take care of you. So he brings him back about a week later, and he's like, yeah, the whichever side is out. And I was like, all right, well, I'll check it out. And this was for a $2.50 bag of coffee, which is in prison. A yellow bag of keefy is, that's standard. That's good standard money. That's That's a $50 bill out here. So so I'm looking at him. I'm like, well, what? I don't even know what he did. He ripped them out. Like how did you even do this? I do it. I usually my repairs were so good that you give your headphones to a 5-year-old and they probably can't tear them up. So I'm like, all right, I fixed them again. I did it even better this time. So he comes back again and something else. I don't really remember. And I was getting aggravated at this point. It's not much I can do. You know, he'd smack me to sleep. So I didn't want a confrontation, you know. I was like, I said, all right, I'll do it one more time, man. That's it. And I swear he comes back just a day or two later. And I'm like, man, I think you're doing this on purpose. I said, I ain't going to fix him again. You're going to have to pay me for it this time. And he said, oh, that's cool. I said, well, I said, I was hoping you'd say, no, I don't want your money. I'm not fixing them again. You want to find somebody else. You're trying to take me up top. And so he felt disrespected, which I didn't really care one way or another because I felt disrespected. And in prison, you know, the whole disrespect thing. So we had some words. He said a couple things to me that you can't say to somebody unless. So I said, well, I guess we'll have to do whatever we have to do. I mean, he's like I'm telling the PG version.
Yeah.
So we ended up we were sitting in the day room and he had a couple of his buddies and we were all talking. And again, I wasn't in the gang. I was here by myself. I'm this lonely little guy, and I got these big fellas around me. And so a guy had been watching. A couple guys had been watching, and I cleaned out my cell. It's what you do. You clean out your cell and you tie your shoes up and you go in there and I had to fight a few of them. And so come around and they did me in pretty good. I can only fight so many people. I'm not in the UFC. So anyway, I had a couple fellas seen that. And so anyway, it turned into one thing into another. And everybody was just like, so here I got on the tangent. The whole point is not all money's good money. Just like there's customers out here, you're never going to please. You're never going to make them happy. So sometimes you just pick your battles, and you don't have to, just because you went out and saw that you can't fix it, or you saw that, that Karen is not going to be happy with anything you do. You don't have to charge her. Just say, okay, you know what? Let's cut ties. It's fine. And I've done that several times, just like the waterline video I did that got 20 million views, the pressure sensor. That was a real story. I went out and fully and well intended to change this $40 pressure sensor and didn't have to. I just plugged it back in, and I $85 is my service fee.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I charged him $40, and that was only because he wouldn't let me do it for free. I said, it's all right. So he's like, well, I got to give you gas money or something. You drove this 20 minutes out here. So I was like, well, whatever you think's good. So he Venmoed me $45, and and it is what it is, and it's not good money to take somebody's money that you don't deserve, and that's just how I feel. So
wow.
Okay, so let me get. Oh, I'm sorry. This is it's the ADD, man. I bounce. That's why editing videos is so easy for me, is I can keep it under control. Okay, so with that, I repair, because I think your original question had nothing to do with anything that I have just said.
It's all good topics, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
How you got started? Well, you was fixing stuff in prison, and you got out and made some money that way, I guess.
Yeah, so I started learning these appliances. I loved them. I actually did it for a little bit before. That was it was a way I funded my drug habit at one time.
The Dirty Bong has something to say. He says that's crap. I'm going to translate what I hope. Okay. $45 is nothing. Like I said, I was doing it for $50 at the time when I first started, and that's crap. I want to tell you and give you permission. If you go to somebody's house, you deserve a service charge. Yeah. If you make a repair, even if it's as simple as, you deserve some labor. Okay. You're honorable and admirable for doing what you did. And some people take, I'm translating, right? So what I'm just saying it the way I think he intended to say it instead of the way it popped out. I'm assuming it's a he. Maybe it's a she. Dirty bong. I don't know. But you're not only allowed, you're expected to charge a professional rate, and that's I ain't mad at you. I did it too. I had to have people tell me, right? One, I started out and I had a CPA, and I went after my first 6 months. I had gross sales of $18,000. It's on the record, IRS, so you can see it. But I lost $3,000 of my own money in that. I sold 18,000, but I spent 21,000 in 6 months. And my tax guy said, "EJ, you're not making any money." He said, "How about you raise your rate to 75 and you can give a discount?" And I was like, "Bro, I love that. I want to help people. I'm a veteran. I want to give a veteran discount and not lose, right? It costs me money to drive to their house, but I want to help." And then it was another tax guy that wasn't mine. I went out to his oven, and I had to order an igniter because it wasn't a flat igniter. It's an LG double oven igniter, and he said, "So how much does it cost to come back?" I said, "Nothing, man, nothing. You pay. I didn't have the part. I'll come back." He said, "I think you should charge a return trip." Right. And I was like, he said, "I know it sounds funny, but yes, you should do that." And I'll tell you, to clarify all of that, TK's video, the Flying Sky Picker, he had opened my mind. Now, you don't charge a return trip, right? It's not the customer's fault we didn't have the part, right, TK?
Correct.
But you charge labor, right? And that's fine. Hey, we learn. Maintaining your integrity is priceless. Yeah, bro. Joe's got it. Joe's got it. That's what Derrick done. Okay, Derrick didn't feel like it was the right thing to do to charge somebody. Hey, I'll give you permission, bro. Make you some money, man. Hey, you're solving people's problems, and you should get paid for it. Now, you don't have to rip them off. Hey, you did the right thing, man. You didn't charge him for the pressure switch because you didn't.
And that's not to say, too, that you're not going to run across those situations where you feel led to hook somebody up. We all run into it. But if you're out there doing professional work, if you're out there doing quality repairs, if you're out there doing, good, honest work, you deserve professional rates. You deserve, when that customer calls my office, they know it's $85 to come out. That $85 is non-negotiable. There's no surprises. And I mean, I went out on a song the other day that just needed a little lubrication in the suspension, the top where the suspension rods hang, because it was just going. And so I squirted a little grease in there, charged him $85. He's in my neighborhood. He's a repeat customer. I could have hit him for $125 easily. Could have made an extra $40. But one thing you got to remember too, that's a huge one, is you know your worth, but also know the value of good customer service and giving people a hookup, not free, but a hookup. That word of mouth spreads, boy. You take care of customers.
Yeah.
It's insane how fast the word spreads when you're taking care of customers and doing what's right. Hold on, I missed that one.
Oh, it says if your drive time is like 2 minutes and you're in there for 5 minutes, then I'll let it go. 3-minute or 30-minute ride at least is a service fee. And good morning, Mona. Mona in the middle. SSG Appliance Academy. Check them out. Thanks for joining us, Mona. I'll say people hate on me for this too. And TK, I know you've done this. The charity call, right? I've walked in and I can tell the situation when I get there. I'm not talking about the appliance situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the person situation, the family, or lack of. They don't have nothing, right? And then I find out they need a new fridge. Gosh, I found out in 2 minutes. Right, I take that back panel off the top mount fridge, and I see it, and they got a seal system problem. That's a bad day. It's a bad day for anybody, man. But these people, and they might not have asked, but I could tell they probably, man, that service fee is killing it, right? But they need their fridge, and I got to tell them you got to go buy a new fridge.
Right.
And if it ain't no more than a couple minutes out of my way in just a few minutes, I'm like, hey, look, I ain't gonna charge you, right? Hate me if you want to, okay? Type it on the keyboard. I'm still making money. I'm still feeding my family. Okay, do what you got to do out there. I'm talking to you, but I got a heart, man.
Yeah.
I want somebody to take care of my mom like that, right? That's somebody's mom, somebody's dad, right? And they got to go buy a fridge. They got to replace all their groceries. They might not have that $89 that I charge, or whatever you charge, man. I'm answering to somebody bigger. Okay, you're gonna say, what are you doing? You know, uh, who have you helped? Right? Were you just about the money? Hey, we got to make money. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
But you got to do the thing. Phil says opportunity costs. Trade for a Google. That's where I was going, brother. I'll ask them. Hey, they're like, well, I got to pay you something. The good ones do. I say, look, just give me a 5-star review. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, that helps me.
Let me tell you a quick story, real quick. I don't want to be.
You good?
I'm gonna be doing all the talking. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I had people come in and they looked through all my refrigerators, and I had 2 stainless. And I know the difference between the fridges. I just don't know what happened here. So I have a Frigidaire gallery. We all know we're not exactly very light, and then a Samsung side by side, both 26 cubes. They looked at both of them for 30 minutes, and I guess they chose the Samsung. I thought they chose the Frigidaire. So we delivered the Frigidaire, and they live in it was a trailer park. They were bigger, so it was a little bit easier doorway to get through. We couldn't swing it because of the steps. So anyway, we get it in. I get the Frigidaire in there, get all hooked up, water hooked up. They pay me, and I leave. And 5 minutes down the road, I get the message, "Hey, this is the wrong fridge." And I was like, "Haha," haha. They know it was, it was rough getting it in there. So he said, "No, I'm serious. I think it's the wrong fridge." So I'm like, "No way, that's the one that had the sold sticker on it and the receipt." And I get back to the shop, and sure enough, they had picked the Samsung. So I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I'm like, "All right, well, whatever we got to do." And I'm thinking, it's a used fridge. It looks almost the same, but the whole thing is she had a brand new Samsung stove, so she wanted to match the Samsung fridge. And I was like, "That's all right. We'll bring it back out tomorrow." So we went out, swapped out the fridge, and they left a review. And I said, "Well," they were like, "What are we going to charge?" I said, "Well, it's my fault. We'll bring it back out. There's nothing I can charge, I guess." And I know it would be.
No, that's right. That's the right one.
Yeah. So and just like you said for the Google review, I didn't even think about charging them. I said we'll bring. I know it sucks, and don't get me wrong, it's not fun. I delivered refrigerators for years. A guy now doesn't. He's still learning the straps, so he's getting it down. He did a good job, but it's it's rough on him especially. Like I said, I did it for a long time, so I can take a 29 cube Kenmore Elite up 3 flights of stairs and still have a little bit of breath left.
You won't do that long. Dirty Bong's got a story. He said, I had a customer that had a stroke. I gave up a good chunk of her fees for karma. 3 callbacks due to customer use.
Oh,
Every time the house was trashed to a point where my trainee puked. Lost all of his patience by the 3rd trip and denied returning. Hey, sometimes you got to walk. And that's what Saul says. Saul Marcone down in South Florida. Shout out to Saul and Marcone. Sometimes losing a customer when you are losing money is not always a bad thing. Man,
absolutely.
I've walked away and gave them a check. Like, hey, my bad. Hey, I'm going to give you some of this money back. But I got to walk. And they're like, please. I have to. I have to walk. I can't do this anymore. Andrew, good point, brother. Hey, most of the time when I was doing that, I wasn't SEAL system trained yet. I'm going to consider this. He says, why not fix it for less than a new fridge? If they don't have the $89, how will they get a new unit? Yeah, I mean, they had the $89, but they probably didn't have enough for the new unit. You're right. It's a good point, man. Good point. Refrigerators is why I didn't want to do used sales. I don't want to deliver them. Like when I had my store, I had to take the doors off to get them in the building, put the doors on to show them, take the doors off to move them, put the doors back on when we get in. Like, I don't like doing that crap.
The ones that really bother me are when I go out on these property management jobs and you go in. I did one this week. The house, is an elderly woman, looked like she was caring for like her little grandchildren or whatever. Obviously, probably lower income family. And I went in, fridge is just packed with stuff. Like I've never seen so much food in a refrigerator. And then I shine my flashlight behind and the walls and everything around it start moving. And I was like, oh man. And I denied service, but it's like, it's hard because like, I feel for the lady, she's in there, she's trying to take care of these kids. She's got her hands full. She's elderly. She didn't look like she got around real good. And, the property manager didn't seem to really be too concerned, but then also I don't want to get roaches on me, my tool bag, my shoes, my anything. And it's a hard thing to do, but like that's one thing I struggle with is the roach infestations.
The roaches.
It's not fair to take that with you somewhere else either. And that's my whole thing. It's not. I'm not gonna take a chance of giving that. Taking them to somebody else's house. Or my house
or your van. You get your van infested with roaches.
Yeah.
I'll walk from one of those jobs with live roaches, and I won't charge nothing. Like, just get me out of here. I don't want no record I was here. Just, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Derrick with 2 R's.
Official.
The official _official on TikTok. See his logo up in the corner there. Shout out to my boy. Check him out. He's only got 1.1 million followers, so he needs a few more. So all 15 of you that are watching right now, check him out. It'll be 1.115.
Hey, and just know if you are a technician, which I'm sure everybody watching here is, you probably have forgotten more than I know. I love constructive criticism. Please do not. And demeanor is the hardest thing to read through text. So I try to always take it as a positive, even if you say, "Hey, you're a GD A blah blah blah." Oh, well, thanks.
ABC.
Yeah, ABC. Yeah, we'll take thanks. So if I sound like a smart aleck, I probably am being, but I'm not gonna. I learned my lesson on the hateful stuff. I don't. So but if you have something to say, I always take into consideration, given there's sometimes where there's a lot of comments and I can't see it all, but I love to learn. I learn every day. I'm about to go learn something here in about 15 minutes. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
and I need to make sure in case we get disconnected. I'm gonna get your number if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll see you on Messenger.
Okay.
Can't put it out here.
Yeah.
Too many people calling. Hey, I mean, as far as that goes, anybody out there, if you wanna reach out to any of us, well, I'll speak for me and TK anyway. Hit us on Messenger and send me a message. Man, I got people that don't know me all the time messaging, and hey, if you think you can learn something from me, I'll share it. But
yeah,
much better ones out there. But I'll give you what I know. That's all I got. And if I don't, I'll try to point you to somebody that does. That's what the spirit of the alliance communities are. Whatever alliance group you're in, we want to bring the industry together and elevate the industry. So, so many of us have learned the hard way, and we've learned. So why not help somebody behind you?
Yeah.
You know, how much faster could you have done it and better? Like, people talk about my story on how fast I went from part-time to full-time and winning most professional service areas. It wasn't me. Like, I had a part in it, but the Alliance group helped build me up. So we rising tide rises all ships. Iron sharpens iron. Get it. Any closing words, Derrick?
I've really just been focusing, trying to keep my big ear out of the frame here. But other than that, you know, this is my this is my thing, right? I was laughed at plenty of times, right?
Right,
For making these, for making it. It is.
I didn't tell. I couldn't tell.
I could. I've got my daughter. I got a baby. She just was born a year ago almost. She's got big old ears, and everybody said she got them from me. So now they made me self-conscious. I never thought about it before.
All right.
Listen, people laughed at me for making these stupid videos. People said, I can't believe you work on them stinking washers all the time. You know, you can make a lot more money. Come out here to the union, do this, do that. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it happen. Period. I don't, you know, it's you know, and I know it's so cliche, and I tell people this all the time. It ain't a roach that's a water, but it's a palmetto bug. Yeah, I heard about them palmetto bugs. Just be good to people. That's all you got to do. Be good to people. Make your money and all that, but just be good to people. That's it. Be good to people. So you treat people how you want to be treated, and I guarantee you'll have a better quality of life. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So great show, Derrick. Great story. Keep it up, brother.
Thank you.
Facebook user says, Derrick, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate the love. Dirty Bong says, first 5 years did this with no help or even knowing of a community of techs. Doesn't feel so lonely out here, knowing other guys or others are going through the same stuff. That's what we're here for.
Dirty Bong's my favorite YouTube person now. I got to find out who he is. And
yeah,
with him.
I'm going to look him up after this.
Yeah.
Dirty Bong, come
Dirty
to the
Bong.
Alliance group.
Reach out
to TK Cousins.
Yeah.
Let us know who you are. Check out TikTok, Derrick with 2 R's official. Give him a subscribe, whatever it is on TikTok. Heart, follow, hit the plus sign.
There you go.
Service Alliance Group. If you're not watching on YouTube, check us out on YouTube. You see our links down here at the bottom, Facebook and YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We don't push that enough. We only got 585 followers. There's no point after the 5. There's no K or anything. It's just 585. We love every one of you, but we want more. Okay, we want to reach more people.
Well, I need to put something on my thing. I didn't even know. I didn't know you guys had one on YouTube.
Yeah, that's all we got really. YouTube.
Hey, well, that's all right.
DK's got a TikTok, but he makes little girl videos is what he does. I'm just kidding.
No, I make videos of me scraping up carpet for 7 hours straight.
Yeah, check out TK's TikTok. See if you can't find any little girl videos. TikTok's a man now. All right, Shoot, we got some more coming in. Sean C. Shout out to Derrick. Followed immediately when seeing the videos on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok's the thing. Dirty
Awesome.
Bomb. This is my burner account. My real name is in your group on Facebook. All right, hit up TK. Let him know who you are. Thank you all. We got to go to work. Somebody's got to do this.
We're like 4 minutes late for a meeting. Just FYI, EJ.
Yeah. Oh shoot, we are. Hey, I've got to get to work on trying to get some of these calls back that you took from me, Derrick. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. We
Peace
gotta
out.
go save our businesses from the clutches of Derrick's TikTok video.
Well, one day maybe you can come work for me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Have a great weekend, guys.
All right, y'all. See y'all.
Peace.